In the still of the night, I think of you.
Stanley arrived at Jubila Group and was met by Uncle Femi. Both men with the bodyguards rode the private elevator to the top floor. The elevator opened and they stepped into the chairman's floor, a no-nonsense vast space that suggested seriousness. The lawyer led him to the conference room. A meeting was ongoing as they entered. Everyone looked up as they saw them. They saw his uncle's questions in his eyes. His mom looked at him deeply with something akin to fear. He knew why she was afraid. "What's going on?" Larry asked. Stanley went to greet his grandmother. He didn't expect her to be there and was already softening his resolve. "Good morning, Irene," the lawyer greeted his grandmother, then turned to Larry. "We are here to finalize your father's will." "Good. Is he here to sign the rejection documents?" Everyone stared at him apprehensively, including his mother. "I think we should talk privately before you say anything. We are here to make an announcement. Everyone, meet chairman and president of Jubila Group." Everyone became silent. Everyone stared, mouth agape. "Nonsense! Rubbish!" Landry screamed. "What happened? I thought you didn't want it." "She managed to convince you otherwise," Bayo said more calmly, gesturing towards Bosse. "No, she did not. But next time when you want to threaten my life, you should look me in the eyes and do it like a man." "What? You threatened my son?" "If I wanted you dead, I wouldn't have time to make threats. You'll be dead, just like that." Stanley stared with menace at Larry for a time and turned to look at the other occupants of the room. "It's rather going to be a difficult transition. Lots of things are going to change, but only for the better and at the best interest of Jubila Group. Since I have my plate full at the moment to execute these changes myself, I appoint Bosse Jubila as acting president. She's the new CEO of Jubila Group till further notice, and get directives and approvals from me." Bayo began to laugh and to clap. Then he stood up and bowed to Bosse. "Well played, sis." Then he turned to Stanley. "You just accepted the will, didn't you? Who do you think benefited the most from? What are you implying?" "None other but the only person who sacrificed even her own family to rule her father's house." "You think I'll threaten my own son? Such dubiousness I can't put past you and your evil ambitions." He turned to Stanley. "Welcome to Manipulation Class 101 by Bosse Jubila, the Barracuda." Stanley was a bit flustered, but he didn't let it show. "You think I am so unstable that I would make a decision like this based on a mere threat? I can assure you, I know more about this company in just 2 days than you could ever. I think it's high time someone stopped you and your brother from embezzling company's money to fund your numerous mistresses and bogus lifestyles." Larry cast a furtive glance at his mother and swallowed his next flow of words. "I know we have never been able to see eye to eye. And whose fault is that, big sis?" Larry cut in angrily. "Maybe it's mine, but we have managed to keep our children out of it. But if anyone comes after my only child, that person is declaring an all-out war. I will fight with everything I've got." "You didn't just stand there and threaten our families. You think I'm wicked. Come after my son and find out just how wicked I am." "Stop, all of you," Irene shouted. "Maybe this turn of event is my fault. I could have tried to find out what was in that will. I could have schemed for my sons to be sole benefactors, but I didn't. And you know why?" She asked the whole room. She turned to her sons. "I agree with your father." Her sons asked. She turned to Stanley. "You think he inherited a fortune?" "No, he inherited mortgaged buildings and debts. Jubila Group has been dying. For the past 3 years, we have suffered nothing but avoidable losses due to unwise and excessive behaviors." Her sons bowed their heads in shame. "I asked your father to ask for Stanley's help. Maybe not in this way, but this is the way he chose. Your father saw him as the savior Jubila Group needed. So tell me, who is the dubious one, I or your father?" "We would never threaten family, hurt family, even when that family hurts us and continues to do so." She looked pointedly at her sons. So if someone is threatening a family member's life, maybe we can come together as one for once in this family and fight. She looked at every one of them pointedly and left. Stanley slowly stood up and made eye contact with every occupant of the room and left, followed closely by Bosse. A few moments later, Stanley was standing with his mom beside his car. I would never threaten you. I know, Mom. I was convinced the threats came from your brothers. I am too, but time will reveal everyone's agenda. Whatever the motive, whoever is behind the threats would be exposed. She heaved a sigh. I did not know we were in debt. I am worried that you may have. I knew, Mom. You knew, and you went ahead and... It's what I do, Mom. I buy dying companies, restore and sell them off in pieces or whole. This one came to me free. You are not going to sell at Jubila Group, are you? Discussion for another day, Mom, he said and signaled his men. He bent down and kissed his mother on her cheeks and left. On his way back, he felt quite restless. He did not know what to think or what to believe. All weekend, he had investigated at Jubila Group and knew more about their finances than anyone else. It wasn't a blind decision, maybe a hasty one, but he knew what he was getting into. And if everything panned out right, Jubila Group would present an ocean of opportunities. The business opportunity Jubila Group offered wasn't the reason he hesitated in taking over the business after his investigations. He hesitated because his grandfather could have been honest with him and could have asked for his help when he was still alive. But no, he wanted to manipulate him from the grave to take on a dying entity and also dictate to him when to marry. He hated being manipulated by anyone. No wonder buyers claim that his mother might have manipulated him into taking over the business flustered him a bit. His mother was relentless when it came to business, but even her would not go that far, or would she? He grimaced. He wasn't going to get any work done after the whole charade. He asked his driver to take him to Okoha's house. He needed some solid advice from Uchi. Then his phone beeped again. It was another threat. No matter what you do, if you don't break up with her, one of you will watch the other die. Star was looking at the second message. She could no longer brush it aside. What was going on? He hated them being together so much to go to this length to break them up. She could no longer suspect only his exes and those crushing on him. Maybe his uncles because of their father's will, or his mother. She preferred Betty and didn't seem too happy about the engagement. No, she contemplated. The great Barracuda wouldn't sink this low. Could it be someone from her past? But none of her past relationships, if they could pass for that, was ever as serious as to grow such animosity. She heaved a tired sigh and began to pack up her bags. She was leaving for the day. She already planned to leave early. She had a long weekend and was already very tired. She was so engrossed in her thoughts, she panicked when she did not find her car in its parking spot. Then it dawned on her she came to work in a chopper. Miss Summer, she heard and let out a scream and turned around only to see Jeremiah's shocked face. I didn't mean to scare you. Jeremiah? My goodness, what are you doing here? She was trying to cover her embarrassment. She blamed on the death threats she had been getting. Mr. Stanley sent me. He said you don't have your car. Oh, she exclaimed. He gestured towards the black Range Rover and she followed him with relief. Uche stared at Stanley. He knew his friend needed some kind of reassurance. I think you made the right decision. You think so? I wouldn't have done anything different. Uche is right. Chuck nodded. And suddenly he felt the weight being lifted from his shoulders. My immediate concern are the threats. Could be from anyone. Your uncles were my immediate suspects, but the knowledge company is dying should make them stop, not send another threat. I won't count them out so fast. It's dying, not dead. Some people will cut their losses and run. Greedy people will take till there is nothing more to take. I think the major challenge here is whoever this is faceless and in the dark. All we have to do is shine some light on him or her. How do we do that? Sally asked. We enrage him, make him so angry, by dismissing his threats. We do the opposite of what this person wants. That would push you more hard to take a hasty action just to show us how serious he is. And that, my friends, would be his first mistake and opportunity. Okay, Sherlock, Uche chuckled. Between Yomi, your IT guy, and the police, we'll find out who this person is. Okay, to the nest, Charles smiled mischievously. To the nest? Stanley saw his friends exchange a look. I don't kiss and tell, so I won't talk about my weekend with Summer. With Summer? Is that her name now? Chuck mocked, and they laughed. You guys get out of here, Stanley laughed. But that isn't what the nest is it? Okay, out with it, all of you. We were going to ask you about your red room. My red what? Just so you know, I overheard my wife talking to their wives about your alleged red room. So if you are going to get angry, you know where to channel it, Charles joked. I am not following, like some kind of photography room. That could be what it was for him, Richie was smiling. Sure, it's kinky enough. They all laughed, leaving Stanley staring at them strangely. If one of you don't start talking now, I am going to start breaking someone's head. Okay, just know I'm about to become a father, and so desperately want to leave. Not if I don't get an explanation in the next minute. Like 50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of what? Stanley began, then understanding dawned on him. Wait a minute. He started, but became speechless again while his friend snickered and began to laugh heartily at his expression. Nothing to say? Chuck was trying to stop laughing. First of all, your wives are fantasizing about your single friend's sexual preference, and you're not even worried? Not at all. Charles shrugged. And the other the same. You know what I think? Can't wait to hear it, Richie smiled. Your bedroom games are not up to par. If it was, your wife shouldn't have rooms in their minds to think about how I like it. The question is, Chuck began. Is it true? Richie finished. Stanley raised the empty teacup beside him and his friends dodged laughing. I have known you guys all my life. If I love to tie my women up and beat the living daylight out of them, you would have known by now. But this originated from an authentic source. Who? How many women is he sleeping with? Star? So you kiss and tell then. Chuck laughed, but shut up when Stanley moved towards him menacingly. Stanley wondered where Star could have gotten the idea from. He had never done anything that would suggest they have not even gotten that far. I believe you should tell us because Eva is leading an invasion into your house tomorrow to search for the red room themselves, but I believe we can pacify them. They all chuckled, apparently having top-notch fun teasing him. Gosh, how he loved his friends. Just 1 hour with them, they have managed to get his mind off the difficulties of his life. Decided to humor them. Okay, I agree that I'm quite domineering. They chorused. Shut up, all of you. They laughed heartily. I like to believe I'm domineering too, but no one has accused me of getting the dominant vibes from me. Okay, maybe I'm just a mite domineering in the bedroom. Just a mite? You sure? Maybe I love to restrain a woman just a little bit while I drive them up the wall with pleasure, and they can do nothing but writhe and endure. Oh my goodness! You are dominant, not yet out of the closet. What? He chased after Chuck, who ran from him laughing. I don't restrain them with rope or chains, just with my hands. That's because you have not yet graduated to full-blown. Stanley left Chuck and went after Uchi as they laughed heartily. Seriously guys, I am not a dominant, and I believe it's high time you guys get creative in your own bedrooms, so your wife will stop fantasizing about me. Stanley, we know you, man, but this is the best laugh I've had in a long while. You guys are not serious. You guys are too idle. I actually have work. He began to prepare to leave. Mama is bringing lunch, unless you want to hide. They still think you have a red room. Then I'm staying. It's not every day I hear someone so beautiful is curious about my bedroom skills. He teased Uchi. Uchi laughed. Your funeral, bro. They all laughed.
In the still of the night, I think of you. My heart beats with every thought of you. You're the one I can't let go. In your arms I find my home. Love, sweet love, it's you I'm dreaming